really. What was it that encouraged you to, I suppose, start talking together? Where did you see the big wins from either side? And whoever wants to kick off can start.
You want to go, John?
Yeah, go on, I'll go. I mean, I met Ben at a virtual conference. I mean, I've known Ben anyway, but I met Ben at a virtual conference last year, which is interesting, having really done the deal over the last few months completely virtually, is the way we all work now. Yeah. And Ben's a supplier to our Fine and Country business. They're building our new site, and it's been such a great experience that we got talking basically. The clearly agents are going to be spending more online. They're going to be looking at their digital outlook, and they're going to be looking at their web presence. The website's a de facto high street, really. So there's lots of cool stuff that Ben does, and we feel it's going to benefit our customers, but also the industry as a whole. So Ben will no doubt tell you a little bit about the plans he's got, but it's exciting times for both businesses ahead, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think what sealed the deal for us was when we announced to our colleagues across our Fine and Country business that we were working with the guys at Starberry, and just those smiles across the screen. It's always hard, isn't it, to judge people's body language in the world we work in now, but there was literally a range of smiles across the Zoom screen and some thumbs up, and that really summed it up for me. They're a forward-thinking business. It's a really exciting time for the industry. The way Ben runs his business and the culture, we've experienced a bit of it. I mean, it's always hard when you get deal fatigue trying to get a deal across the line, but we've met quite a lot of his team. The way their business works in a virtual environment across continents is just so exciting, and I think we're really pleased to be a small part of it. So deals like this have to be a win, and a win, and I think that ticks all the boxes from my perspective. As
you said, Ben, from your point of view, you've got a big grin on your face.
Yeah.
From my point of view, and I've got to say I'm a bit biased because obviously we're very happy clients with you guys. To hear that you and the management team are staying with the business is going to be great news for all of your client base, I guess.
Yeah, well, that was absolutely key. I mean, really, for me, the way the relationship has come about is, we were looking for a partner who we could actually, work very closely with on our sort of joint vision. And I think John and I, just in early conversations, I think we actually met at the in-person EA Masters. You met Russ and hit it off straight away there. And we were also reading up on some of John's blogs in the past, and it was like, hold on a second, this is what we've been writing about the future of the whole real estate industry and how the whole thing's consolidating in hubs and basically having a bit of a digital transformation. And obviously the whole of the E-Prop business has got a bunch of members who want a digital transformation too, and obviously all our clients do. And I think that Russ and I felt that having done 20 years of organically growing, funding ourselves and so on, we really felt like we'd got ourselves to a level where we just now want the fuel to really shoot to the moon. And John was like, well, I need someone who wants to drive the rocket. And that was really how the conversation started. And what the other thing that was really lovely about this is everything we've said that we were going to do, we've done to the day. I think we started talking sort of late November, and John and I said, look, to get to the heads of terms here, we've got to do it like Brexit, and we're going to do it before December the 31st, or by December the 31st. I think it was December, maybe the 30th.
And that focused your minds.
Yeah, and I think that when people say what they're going to do, and they're very consistent, and there's been this consistency throughout, it's a blooming good place to start. And we've continued like that, as much as, yes, you go through all the legal and accounting stuff, which I have to say, both sides were an absolute pleasure. And I'm not, again, blowing smoke. It was not one bad feeling in my stomach, just positive vibes. And John has just continuously said to Russ, Navin, and the rest of my team, we just want you to carry on doing what you do. Just keep doing what you do. But, help our team as well along the way. So we've got sort of autonomy to, literally build tech, build platforms, develop the digital marketing, create some great packages for the guild. Obviously, Fine and Country is one of our perfect kind of clients, anyway. But the key thing I wanted to get across to all our beautiful clients out there is we're going nowhere. I was going to send a picture of Russ and I in Canberra Sands yesterday, the cliched we're going to the beach, but I didn't even have time to get there. So we're not going anywhere, and we're vested to go the distance here, and I think there's going to be some really exciting things to come.
So I think there's a few things I take from that. So business as usual, but actually even better, isn't it? You're doubling down on this. This is, as you said, it would seem strange to do a deal like this, and then obviously disappointing sometimes the people who run the business to part as part of the deal, and that's all well and good. But this is the really exciting thing. The people that have made this such a presence within the industry, and you won awards obviously last year at EA Masters again, and all that side of things. People will want to sit. I knew I had to get that in. I'm an award or two, so you're involved still, and you're going to be running the business, everything else, and just delivering that awesomeness that you always talk about. That's your tagline. That's not me sucking up to you, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it's that's what we always want to do, and you don't always get it right, and that's what it's all about. But being absolutely, focused, and I think that our team has never been so focused as we are at the moment. There's a lot of excitement in the camp. Obviously, we made this announcement virtually yesterday morning, and we've got our big global town meeting on Friday, which I'm really looking forward to seeing, all the smiling faces. But I think everyone's got that sort of excitement that we've been driving for years to, come on, guys, you've got to get the profit, get the revenue, but keep delivering results for your customers, keep making them look amazing. And the digital marketing, I think, is the bit that's probably, I now call it all digital marketing. It's what you do with your data. And obviously, there's multiple channels. And I think that, if there's one positive thing, without being cliched, that's come out of this COVID-19 is it's just given the whole of the property market and all the customers a complete sort of transformation just in that period of time that we've gone through.
It wasn't as if digital and websites weren't important before, was it? But,
no.
What this has done is crystallized in people's minds is that you can't have a second best option here, can you? Because otherwise you're not at the races. I think there was actually a point before is in terms of, look, having the right people from the very top back to the teams that you do, and we do know them very well, having the right culture there, that leads through to doing the right business as well. And, yes, you're not known as the cheapest here, but you've always been the absolute definition of you get what you pay for. And I don't, I personally haven't heard any negativity over the time I've dealt with you guys, which I think is fantastic considering how long you've been around.
Well, I think what's happening is we're all spending more time on screen, and our customers are spending more time on screen as well. So that means that we have to look at what our screen presence looks like. And there is, I can give you a little tidbit here. There'll be some further news probably later on this week about some other things that Ben and I have been working on to even widen our customer base. So we are looking very seriously about how we can sort of spread the love from Ben's business across a wider group of people. So it's quite exciting from that perspective. And you've only got to look at the quality of the type of customers that Ben's got on board already, like the Dexters of this world. I mean, brilliant UK businesses and international businesses as well. So they clearly put their trust in Ben and Russ's business, which is it was great news for us to see there's that pedigree running through the customer base, really.
John, from your point of view, how's that? You mentioned the happy faces with the Fine and Country crew. How else has it been? Have you been having phone calls in talking to you about the positivity around it?
Yeah, it was interesting. Yesterday, some of our colleagues in our business were quite active on social media, as they are nowadays, sort of making announcements and things. And with Ian McKenzie dropped me a note at the end of the day to say they'd already had let's put it in the tens of guild members saying, great, could we talk to Ben and Russ at Starberry straight away, because we know we've got to improve our web presence. And there's a little bit of, I will also just tell you, our business, our core business, print has bounced back quite a bit as well. You'd be quite surprised. And there's a little bit of coming together here, because we've got a great print business and infrastructure with across digital print and data from print. And that's something that perhaps Ben's business hasn't got. So there's some strategic fits here as well about how we can offer a wider service digitally through print, as well as the services that Ben uses. So there's a sort of strategic thinking about an all-encompassing offering from a marketing perspective, that as agents need to focus a little bit differently on where they spend their pounds, we're able to make sure that we can service them across both needs.
Well, of course, omni-channel is where you've got to be at, isn't it? If you're going to do, people react in different ways to different sorts of marketing, and blended marketing, has been shown to be the most effective. I can't for 1 minute imagine that the sort of stuff you guys do at the Guild, and especially with Fine and Country, with the wonderful glossy brochures and tangible marketing material that you get, that wouldn't somehow fit in together with what Ben's about. So Ben, from your point of view, you would have been speaking to a few of the clients yesterday. I'm sure you've got loads of calls still lined up. What was the overriding feedback there?
I think it was a very positive feedback. I mean, people were excited for us. They felt like we deserved, so this what we've done. Obviously, there are a few concerns that, as I said, had we left the building, gone to the beach, and so it was just a case of reassuring people that, that's definitely not the case. We're very firmly focused on the future and the foreseeable future. It's not like it's some earn out that will be gone in a year. It's not what's happening. I mean, I think that, what I wanted to get across to everyone is building tech is no, small feat, and you really need an audience. So you're developing it. You can spend a lot of time, many of our friends, Simon, in the prop tech market, they're out there busying away building tech. Yeah. And then it's like you spend, hundreds of thousands, in some case millions, but you then got to get an audience. It's quite nice to be in a team that have actually got an audience, got an active audience that are hungry for the next tech. I mean, we've obviously got a growing customer base already, but now with this combination. So I think that it's going to add value to everyone. It means that it facilitates funding because it's in John's interest and his team's interest. It's in our interest. And I think that you're the first to know this, Simon. The concept of having dedicated tech teams to deliver product is absolutely crucial. And the one beauty of the blend of our whole decentralized operation with the awesome outfit that Navin's heads up in India and Shabri and so on, this is what we do. This is what we do all day long. We can scale it up.
People will hear outsource, and people always think there's a lot of people hear a negative connotation, but that, I can talk firsthand on this. The people that you have there are absolutely top class, and the culture that runs through this comes from you guys here. And when you were down in Chelsea, was it Chelsea Harbour or whatever else?
Yeah.
There's no difference about this. Apart
it literally isn't. No.
Scalability and the quality of people you can get there can ramp up rather so much quicker, can't it? Ben, is there any, you talk about kind of the myths you wanted to dispel. Were there any concerns that seem quite valid on the face of it that you want to put to bed now? Was there anything there that people did feel concerned about, or was it just all on the whole, we're really happy to see how it develops?
Well, I think that, there's obviously, we work with a lot of estate agents, let's face it. Ultimately, we're developing code for reuse. We give people worldwide, non-exclusive worldwide license to use the software. We do a few things with different clients where, it's like you can have a little run on that because it was something specifically until it becomes open market. But on the whole, our whole model is to build tech to customize. And that's quite key because, the templated world doesn't allow you to do that. We'll work with whichever partners people want to work with. But, I think one of the other small concerns was data, what does that mean to my data? Is that going to get shared? Now, you know, we all know GDPR is like, you've got your databases, we've got hosting that's specific to every one of our clients. We are not sharing data. To be quite honest, we are quite vigilant about not letting clients upload spreadsheets or any of that, because for obvious reasons with our international operations. So, you know, I just want to assure everyone there's no issues with data. You know, the confidence that we have with our clients and the trust will continue and will be respected.
So guys, look, let's just run through a few of the comments here. So Robert Mays jumped up and just said, big news, congratulations. Josh Rayner, great news, congratulations to both of you. Big plus there from Mr. Byfield, great alignment of purpose. I think that's a perfect point, isn't it? That would be, I'm sure you'd both be glad to see that kind of reassessment there. Good morning all, congratulations on the deal. Mr. Lawrence, morning chaps, really looking forward to seeing what's happening. Obviously that's coming from a guild member, very proud guild member, so he's going to be obviously all over that, I'd imagine. And then digital is what I am so excited about, being with this amazing network. So it's good to see that. And actually, on the whole, you know, it's not just about Kerfuffle, is it? Everywhere it's gone out there, you know, it's been well received, doesn't it?
It was